Hey guys, today we're going to stir things up because I'm going to critique some actors in superhero movies that you might love, but let's take it easy. Don't get angry. Join the discussion. The movie adaptations of Marvel, including the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, have sometimes been hampered by questionable casting decisions. Although Marvel has consistently dominated the box office since the start of the MCU, not all films have been a smashing success. Many productions have struggled to win over audiences from the early days of superhero cinema. Casting the right actors is pivotal for a movie's success, but it's not always a simple task. Casting blunders can seriously jeopardize a production. In the early MCU movies, for example, there were instances where the actors couldn't quite adjust to the tone of the franchise, resulting in less impactful films. This issue isn't restricted to the MCU, but Fox's X-Men movies and independent projects have also faced similar difficulties because of poor casting choices. So let's list 7 Marvel movies that were ruined by a bad casting decision. Comment below on 2 movies that you even liked where the story was good but the actors' casting didn't fit and there were better options to hire. Post your comment and I'll answer. Let's talk. Let's get started. Jared Leto leads the cast of Morbius as the titular scientist who becomes a vampire, so his role will always be crucial in the film. But unfortunately, the actor's lack of lightness ended up weighing on the production, leaving it with a vibe of exaggerated seriousness. Morbius had several problems, but the main one was the poor choice of the main character. Mickey Rourke's Ivan Vanko in Iron Man 2 isn't the worst movie in the MCU, but it is hardly considered one of Marvel's best. The sequel had its problems, but the most obvious one was the choice of Mickey Rourke as the main antagonist. Despite the actor casting him as the Russian Ivan Vanko wasn't a good choice. His accent is distracting and his performance is one of the worst of his career. With such a disheartening villain, Iron Man 2 suffers quite a bit. Edward Norton as Bruce Banner. Before The Incredible Hulk was released, Edward Norton seemed like an interesting choice for the role of Bruce Banner given his respectable career record. However, it's evident from his performance that Norton really didn't connect with the role, and his Bruce Banner is a rather dull and unsympathetic hero, especially considering that the film deals with Banner's journey to accept his identity as Hulk. Norton's poor casting decision ended up hurting the film a lot, and I'm not even going to talk about the behind-the-scenes problems. Before we continue, remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video to stay updated. Your likes and subscriptions contribute to the growth of the project. As the project grows, I can bring you more interesting videos. Agreed? Thanks for the support. Continuing, Nicolas Cage as Johnny Blaze, one of the last Marvel films released before the movie.
Before the official start of the MCU, Ghost Rider didn't get favorable reviews. Despite big star Nicolas Cage in the lead role, the film didn't do much to impress, and partly because Cage was an odd choice for the titular hero. Cage was clearly a bit too old to play the supposed carefree Johnny, and his unique acting style didn't really fit into a high-concept fantasy premise like Ghost Rider. Vinnie Jones as a fanatic. Although Fox's X-Men movies are known for their rather uneven quality, X-Men: The Last Stand is usually considered one of the worst. The casting of Vinnie Jones as Juggernaut or Fanatic may not have single-handedly ruined the film, but it certainly illustrates what was wrong with the approach. Jones is competent enough in certain roles, but his heavy-handed delivery of every line of dialogue shows he was never the ideal casting choice. However, it's hard to blame Jones for the Fanatic when his role was originally much more significant but was drastically reduced during the script changes. Toph Grace as Venom. Venom is one of the most striking foes of Spider-Man, with a visually striking appearance that has a lot in common with the hero, but generally speaking, Venom is much bigger than Spider-Man, so casting Toph Grace was an odd choice. The third film in Sam Raimi's incredible trilogy with Tobey Maguire was pretty much ruined by this weird casting, even though the writer-director made it clear that he didn't want to include Venom from the start, which we know was one of the reasons we didn't get Spider-Man 4. Leave your ideas and questions in the comments. I would love to discuss the video topics. If you liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Suggestions for upcoming videos are popping up here now, and it makes sense for you to watch them. See you in the next video. Until then.